Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach second standard EVS. In that, a very important lesson, that is time. Yes, time is very precious, children. That everyone know. Time is very precious. When once time gone, it never came again. So today is the most important lesson, that is time. In this lesson, you are going to learn about the different time in a day and a night. Okay, let's start the lesson. Yes, children, since from morning to evening, we will see the time. The time tells when we should wake up. Early in the morning, when we have to go school, when we have to play, and when we have to go to bed. In generally, you wake up at 6 o'clock and you go to school 8 for playing. After the school, it's nearly 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You will get ready to the bed after taking the food. That is nearly 8 or 9 o'clock. This is a time schedule of yours, is it? So what actually this time tells us? When the sun rises, we call it as a day. Yes, children. As you can see, the sun will rise. When it is going to rise, we call that one as a day. When the sun sets, yes, very good, it is night. What the period between the sunrise and the sunset? We call it as daytime. Yes, children. The period between the sunrise and the sunset, we call it as a daytime. Okay. So time. What actually this time? How many parts the time is divided? Our day is divided into two parts. The time when we have a light, if you see the light, we call that as day. We get light from sun. Yes. And the time when we have a light, the time is called daytime. The time after the sunset, when we do not have a natural light, that is the light from the sun, children. So that time we call it as night. Yes, the time is divided into two parts. One is daytime and a night time. The time when we have a light, that is a natural light, come from the sun. We call it as day. And the time after sunset, we call it as a night. The moon is in the sky at night time. Yes, we can see the moon at a night time. A day and night together forming 24 hours. Yes, children. To complete a day and a night, it took 24 hours. Yes. So, Our time, our day is divided into two parts. One is daytime and a night time. Time when we have a light is a day, and the time after the sunset is a night. Okay, and the day has consist of 24 hours. See how we are going to tell a time. In olden days, what people will use to tell time. In the modern generation, what we are using. Let's learn about that. In olden days, people use different devices to tell time. That is sundial and sand clock are commonly used. The sundial and the sand clock will tell the time, whether it is a day and a night. Along with that, the water clock. But today, we are telling the time with the help of clock. Yes, children. Now we have a modern instrument, that is clock. With the help of clock, we are going to tell the time. The time have hours, minutes, and even seconds. We are telling perfectly with the help of clock. Is it? Yes. Look at the pictures. Neil has breakfast. At what time he is going to take the breakfast? Obviously, morning. At 8 o'clock he is going to have his breakfast. And he is getting ready for school. When he will go to school? He go to school at 9 o'clock, children. Neil and his friends have a lunch at 12 o'clock. Yes, this is the routine you will also follow, no? You will take a breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning and getting ready for school. You will come to school at 9 o'clock. Is it? And breakfast after completion in the afternoon, you are taking the lunch at 12 or 1 o'clock. Yes, this was showing the time schedule of a student. Is it? With the help of time, you are going to perform different work. Isn't it, children? Yes. Then, what Neil is doing? After the lunch break, Neil has a snack at 3 o'clock in afternoon. And afterwards, he is getting ready to play. After certain duration, Neil is ready to play at 5 o'clock in the evening with his friends. Is it? Yes. First, the morning, you will take breakfast. Then you will go to school. Afternoon, you will have a lunch break. Then at nearly 3 to 4 o'clock, you will take a snack. Then you return to play at the evening time. Isn't it, children? Yes. This is a daily routine you're doing by seeing the time. Morning hour is referred as AM. That is, afternoon we refer to the time as PM. Before 12 o'clock, the morning period, we will call it as a AM. And afterwards, afternoon afterwards, we will call PM. For example, here Neil is having a breakfast at 8 a.m. and he will go to school at 9 a.m. He will having his snacks at 3 p.m. That is afternoon. Afternoon. Afterwards we are telling the p.m. or for 12 or 12 noon or 12 midnight. Is it? We do not use AM or PM for 12 noon and 12 midnight, children. Afterwards, we will use the AM as well as PM. Okay. So, in this lesson, what we learned? We learned about time. Yes. Time help us in different ways. The time is divided into two parts. The day is divided into two parts. One is daytime and a night time. In a day, we have 24 hours. In that, minutes and seconds are included. And we will use different instrument to tell the time. Earlier, we are using the sundial, sand clock and water clock to tell the time. When generation passed, we developed a new instrument. We call it as clock that tells the time, which has consist of hour hand, minute hand and seconds hand. Isn't? Yes. And we call the time as a AM as well as PM, children. Yes. In this lesson, we learned a lot about time. Isn't? Now it's time for exercise questions. Yes. Think and tell. Fill in the blanks. A day has dash hours. A day has 24 hours. Isn't? A day which has consist of 24 hours. The period between sunrise and sunset. What we call that? Yes. At the period between sunrise and sunset is called daytime. What the period? It is taking between the sunrise as well as the sunset. We call it as daytime. Is it? Yes. Now we use a dash to tell time. Children, in the earlier days, we are using sundial, sand clock, water clock to tell the time. In that, we can tell an approximate time. But now, we developed a modern instrument which will tell the time exactly. How many hours, minutes, seconds, each and everything it is going to tell. So, now we use a clock to tell time. Clock is a answer, children. Okay. So, pick a tick for the statement that are correct and cross for those that are wrong. Our day is divided into 4 parts. No, is it correct? Our day is divided into 2 parts. That is daytime and night time. When the moon is In the sky, we have day. When the moon is in the sky, it is a night time. The moon is in the sky at the night. So, the statement is not correct. We have to put a cross for this. Long ago, people made sand clock to tell time. Yes, children. In the earlier days, in the olden days, people use sand clock, water clock, and sundial to tell the time. It is correct. Yes, we have to put a tick for it. Okay. Our day is divided to 4 parts. That is wrong. Cross it. When the moon is in the sky, we have day. It is wrong. Cross it. Long ago, people made sand clocks to tell time. It is correct. Put a tick. Answer in one or two words. We have to answer it in one or two words. At what time do you go school? You go to bed. Yes. Timing, as in generally we will go to school at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. You will go to bed, that is at the night. It's 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Is it? Yes. How many minutes make an hour? Yes, children, that is 60 minutes. Make 1 hour. Okay. There are 60 minutes in an hour. 1 hour has consist of 60 minutes. The next, answer in a sentence. Name some device that were used to tell time. Yes. The devices are sundial, sand clock, water clock, and the modern device is a clock which will tells the time. Earlier, sundial, water clock, sand clock. The modern one is a clock which will tell exact timing. The perfect hour, minutes and seconds. Answer is sundial, sand clock, water clock and a clock. Next, what is a night? As you know, students, the time after sunset, when we do not have natural light, is called night. Yes. After the sunset, when the sun is not there, sun has already set, and the natural light from the sun is not there. So the time period, we call it as a night time. Yes. The time after sunset, when we do not have natural light, is called night, students. Okay. So children, in this lesson, we learned a lot of things about time. In the time, we learned day, night, how many hours are there in a day, and night, which are the instrument we will use to tell the time, and then student, how he is going to utilize the time, and what we call for the AM and PM. So, we learned a lot of things about the time. Okay, I hope you learned a lot and you understood the lesson. The next class, I'm going to start the new lesson for you. Until then, bye. Have a good day and read the lesson well. Okay?